So my understanding is that this is more of a survival horror sort of thing. Ooh. That's very loud. That's very loud. Epilepsy warning, I guess. Alright, I guess we're mouse and keyboarding this. Do you like my super mega giga Dynamax Ultra Feast Pyramid SSJ4? Yeah, that was amazing. I love it. Alright, yeah, this game is a little loud. Press X to toggle. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Hello, Cleveland. Rookie, I'm starting to think you're not taking this job very seriously. You're lucky you're the only one who interviewed for this. Ferris Buell. Ah, never mind. Ferris Buell. Ah, never mind. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Hello, Cleveland. Left hand, the game. Oh, there's modes. We got hard mode, normal mode, casual mode, classic mode. Okay. I'm gonna do casual mode cause I'm Babby.
Welcome to the Even Shield, Rookie. The name's Barry and I'll be in charge of this mission. To maximize your chance for success, we're going to be watching your every move in the control rooms here.
For survive, I mean success.
Let's start real simple with a few basic RC controls.
Whee! Oh, okay, find the electrical shortage somewhere in here. There's probably a note nearby causing energy fluctuations. Oh no. It does seem scary.
I hope that wasn't too stressful for you. Now that you're comfortable with the RC, press the tab button to go into the inventory menu.
Inventory menu. Okay, you know what? I might be using controller for this. Because I can. Okay. We got Robot. Ooh. Built in 1946, the prison was built to alleviate the pressure from an overcrowded mainline land prison system. With so many people aimless and jobless after the war ended, as well as an outstanding increase of access to firearms, crime became an accepted alternative to many. Essentially, only the most dangerous, serial killers, mentally insane, rapists, etc., were shipped to this island as they were the least likely to ever receive parole. Not to mention this would keep them from ever having the chance to escape back into society. As well, most of them were sentenced to death, and this is where Baltimore had decided that 95% of their executions were to take place. Prisoners were actually taken by boat to Poplar Island, a small peninsula located just southwest of Kent Island, but the ferry left from Kent Island. When voting on the name for the prison, the city of Baltimore felt that Poplar Island Prison sounded too whimsical and opted instead for the much more severe sounding Kent Island Prison. The prison facilities were located on the southwest point of Poplar Island. Rather than having the correctional officers travel daily by boat to the island, the city of Baltimore opted instead to construct a small community of houses and other amenities for the guards on a small island just east of the southern point, Coach's Island, also nicknamed Warden's Point. A little known fact about this was that the city of Baltimore discreetly and almost exclusively hired young men in their 20s and 30s to ensure that guards were more attentive to their duties and were not as likely to want to leave the island or return home for any extended period of time. To ensure the safety of the guards, a small tract of land, huge small tracts of lands, was built between two islands to connect the two, complete with reinforced metal gates and sniper towers on either end. The pathway was later named Raven's Pass due to the excessive amount of ravens inhabiting the surrounding forest. Guards were heard to describe it simply as deafening. Suffice it to say, prisoners had almost no interest in approaching Coach's Island as they were much safer in the prison, which is a scary thought. It is believed that from the point of its creation to its eventual collapse, over 3,300 inmates died at Kent Island Prison, with over 80 of those being carried out via the electric chair, 10% of those by hanging, and a small percentage tallied through firing squad. Multiple fatal incidents were also rumored to be attributed to guard-related activities. However, when researchers looked into the matter, all of these occurrences were simply filed under accidental death, as at the time the prison wasn't required to include any details past name of prisoner and time of death. The cause of paperwork was mysteriously excluded from the paperwork, hence the creation of the accidental death category. Finished your delayed English homeworks and the summer course finishes this Friday. Yay! I'm glad you're almost done with your class. Guards were notoriously violent on Kent Island and were trained as such. Dealing with obviously dangerous individuals led many guards to extreme levels of conflict resolution, as it was more commonly referred to. Savagery may be a more accurate term. Prisoners were often starved and sent to solitary without due cause. They were also routinely assaulted and were commonly beaten to a point of disability, both physical and mental. And sometimes they were outright killed. For many of those sentenced to death, a mental handicap... Just me laughing at this? Okay. Thanks for playing the sound alert. Blah, 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 blah. For many of those sentenced to death, a mental handicap could be seen as a small relief, as at least they were no longer constantly aware of their inevitable execution. These prisoners were then sent to the psychiatric ward, or psych ward as it was commonly called, for further treatment and rehabilitation, although rehabilitation simply meant a straitjacket and a padded cell. For many of the guards who are unable to rise to this level of conflict resolution, the psych ward became a permanent stay for them as well. The stress of not only dealing with the criminally insane, but their intensely violent coworkers as well, could occasionally result in a mental and emotional breakdown coupled with uncontrollably violent outbursts of their own. If one of these offers ever turned on a fellow guard or prison employee, they were automatically sent to the psych ward for a minimum period of 1 month. Many of them never returned to duty. Too much text. I agree. This is a lot of text for, like, one entry. In 1971, shortly after the 25th anniversary of Kent Island Prison, the volatile situation that both guard and inmate had been living in for the past 2 decades resulted in one of the worst prison riots in American history. Over 300 inmates and 62 guards fell victim to the riot, and an entire cell block C, burned down during the altercation. Upon the resulting federal and media investigation into the infamous riot, the abhorrent conditions of the system were brought into light, and within months, the complex was completely shut down, and all remaining prisoners were transported to correctional facilities or psychiatric hospitals appropriately across the eastern coast of the United States. The correctional officers and employees alike who were sanctioned on Warden's Point also abandoned their living facilities and returned to the mainland to search for new employment. In their exodus, the small island was left heavily vandalized and stripped of almost all valuables. Whatever wouldn't fit onto the departing ships was left for the force to reclaim. Oh my god, okay. Though the island was still completely habitable, the stain that Kent Island Prison left was so dark that surrounding villages and towns had all but claimed the island to be forever contaminated, so the island was left almost completely secluded for over 3 decades. In the early 2000s, a coal mining company, Black Rock Industries, discovered a small deposit of coal and subsequently created a mine on the southern shore, close to the site of the abandoned prison. They then purchased the island at an extremely discounted price. However, in 2010, after a slow process of building a processing plant on the island, the employees of the company mounted a protest against the idea of living on the island next to Kent Island Prison, stating various reasons such as mental and physical health violations, even though they had not yet set foot on the island. This resulted in further complications and delays in the construction of both the mining facilities and the surrounding community for the workers, as they are legally responsible for the safety and security of the island and any employee currently residing on the island. Black Rock Industries has contracted a small security company, Raven Shield Securities, to maintain watch over the Kent Island Prison facility to ensure vandals cannot do any damage to the building until they are able to procure the legal documents to demolish the city properly. Raven Shield Securities was the only company to accept the Kent Island prison contract. In fact, they were the only company to even review it. Oh, okay. I didn't know that Paimon was a global Twitch emote. Isn't that emergency food? After this long read, your brain may need another rest. Right? Okay, so here's the map of the place. Okay, I guess we'll stick with the frickin' keyboard mouse. Combat defense. Oh! Focus beam. Shotgun fly. Oh no! Too many buttons! Photographs of fallen enemies are needed to increase your funds as well as complete most journal puzzle sequences. Okay, gamepad controls. Yes, it is emergency food. Okay, good. Oh boy. Camera mode, focus. Oh, we're gonna keep it there.
Make sure to check out all the available options. After that, the eggheads here in the lab have apparently picked up some kind of electrical disturbance. Try to find the source of it somewhere in here. Keep your eyes and ears open. We'll be in touch.
I know it's scary there, but I think maybe you should stop sucking your thumb and get a move on this Cole situation. He's dead. Remember, what's he gonna do? Examine. Examine. Oh. See you later, Neptunes. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, October 6, 1971. More reading! Today, I overheard one of the inmates in the courtyard boasting about the lives that he took that landed him in here. His neighbors, a mother and 2 children, foolishly complained to their local government about how horribly kept his property was, and that it was bringing down the value of their house when trying to sell. That very night, he poetically barred their doors shut with some of the debris from his lawn, smashed their living room window, emptied a can of gasoline inside, and then casually flicked a cigarette through the smashed glass. The police found him later, dragging some car parts onto the lawn of the still burning residence, chuckling to himself about the lesson they were learning. This place was filled with society's most dangerous and unhinged, and yet I have never felt humanity's void until I met the 2 that ran it. Constable Walker and Captain Myers, the beast and the demon. Walker, the raging savage, although evil, doesn't seem to truly grasp the concept of evil. Evil! He seems to be more just a slave to his primal violence, a lumbering monster with a short fuse. You can feel the tremors underneath when he moves towards you. When he's angry, the room actually feels heavier. I've seen him lift men far larger than myself off their feet with a single swipe, staring straight into their widening eyes as they struggle for what I'm sure they feel is their final breath. How he's never end up on the other side of the bars before this, I couldn't tell you. Myers, the patient spider, however, is a different shade of psychopath. His contorted, gangly frame and Drink water, please. Thank you so much for a chill evening, right? He moves through this place so quietly you don't even know he's in the room with you until his high-pitched, psychotic cackle shatters the silence. In him, I've seen cold, calculating, intelligent eyes seemingly devoid of any kind of emotion. The inmates here have an urban legend of him, telling tales of how he sleeps in the prison furnace room beside the asylum. And when the boiler is alight, they're certain that another cell will be empty the next day. I will not be able to rest until the world knows what they truly look like. Yeah, add that shit to my inventory, I guess. Hang on. Messenger window. Okay. Okay. Thing just felt like a plastic bottle, right? Strange energy seems to be holding these doors shut. I hate the noises that are coming out of here. Gotta go fast. Wee Wally. Wally. Spoopy Wally. Inspect. Strange energy. Gotta go fast. Another note! More text! For his neutral special, Wally wields a gun. Wally! Alan Cole, September 29th, 1973. At least on the battlefield, there was some sense of direction, or purpose. Despite the unyielding chaos, there was a modicum of order. It was you versus them. The enemy was always known. This place is an island of savages without a conch. At least in war, no matter how deafening the explosions or how bloody the altercation, you were fighting the good fight. And at least a part of you understood its necessity. There was something to pull you back from that crumbling precipice even in the deepest of silences. This place is a measureless hollow without a ledge to grasp. At least in the fields, when I was forced to listen to the final gasps of breath from my dying brothers, trying with futility to wrap their wounds and ease their pain, I could tell myself that they were leaving this world knowing they had tried to make it better. This place doesn't just take you. It takes everything good you tried to leave behind. This place. I remember when I first heard those jaws close behind me. The monster bared its metal fangs, that cryptic message staring back at me. The denizens of its desolate underbelly scurried out from their dark recesses to snicker at their new tenant, while I stared helplessly at the message in front of me, realizing the fate of the previous one. This place managed to instill in me what years of war could not: hopelessness and fear. While the names and faces are slowly fading, I've done my best in this journal to piece together the madness that pulled me to the pit of this perdition. And though this place is about to swallow me into the abyss with so many others, I can take pride in knowing that I dug my fingernails into its throat and tore all the way down. May this book be the only witness to my descent. The title says Hell. While in photography mode, filters? They're listening. Oh, lovely. Use the... Okay, night vision filter. Ew, bugs! Oh, hi! Oh, hi!
Well, that seems like our meal ticket. Our energy readings went insane with that last note. Tried to keep an eye out for anything on this inmate Cole. The amount of buyers on our site just went through the roof. Also, not sure if you noticed, but our lab geeks here created a system that scans any journal entry and gives a color-based readout of the filter needed to capture the energy source. So if you have ADD or just don't want to read, just look for the colored lines. Alright, now it's off to the land of the non-living, Ricky. Keep sharp.
You know what also would help if, like, oh, like, if you have ADD or can't read or whatever. Like, subtitles, though. Subtitles would be nice when these people are talking. Because they've got, like, he's got, like, it's kind of jarbled, and subtitles would be nice. Anyway, what on the world was that invisible man? Ghost. Highlighted color and puzzle notes represent the type of filter need to find the content. Try to seek out more notes about the inmate Cole. First floor to the west side of the prison is open. Alright. To the west side. To the west, to the west. I don't know, I guess this is Ghost. Ew. Nani? Humanity is almost dead and Wally becomes a Ghostbuster. I guess that's what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing. Poor man, they're dancing the electric-y dance.
Nice shot, Rick. Cloud get a photo of what's left of that ghost with your spectral filter and then navigate to your system inventory to upload it. We got buyers lined up around the block for this kind of evidence.
Okay, there you go. Have the thing. You can ask Goss. Are they doing mitosis? Maybe? I don't know. There you go. The ghosts are gone. Seems to be locked from this side. Okay. Nani? It's like a cross between like Wall-E and Fatal Frame. Inspect. Keyhole on the other side. Okay. You take the photo doing stupid things and they're happy, right? Ew! Look at this big ass spider! I hate it. Inspect. Just some old books and supplies, nothing important here. Then why is it... The fuck was that? I see Ghost! Yeah, that's right, fuck off. There's ghosts in your surprise of a big spider? Yes. 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 The spooters are scary. Okay. Was there another ghost? Ew! Why are there noises? I guess the bugs. Why do you make such... What? Should play Waluigi's Taco Stand. I do want to play Waluigi's... Oh, hello! I don't like this. No, go away. Why can't I? What the hell? I'm trying to shoot him. It's not working. I can't do any of the things. I can't do any of the things. Why can't I do any of the things? It's not letting me shoot. Change the batteries? Maybe. Oh, okay. Some things got redeemed. Let's do that. Hug any plushie. Schnell. We hugged a Schnell. And then I got play the flute for a redeem. I gotta be kind of quiet. Because it's like 11. I was trying to do the thing. Thanks for redeeming Fire Bro. I don't know. The song was supposed to be fucking bullshit. Anyway. Giant enemy spider, pretty much. Okay. So I need to get back up to the place to change my batteries, yeah? Oh, fucking God said fucking bullshit. Holy shit. It's spooky. It's spooky. Training simulator. Charge station. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Alright. So why is he shooting this beam? Why are all these doors shut? Ugh. Alright, fine. Be that way. What the? Okay. What the fuck? It's spooky. It's spooky. I don't like the noises. They scare me. Sign reads classrooms with an arrow pointing to the left. Okay. There was another ghost. Thanks for the clip, Marky. Ghost? Ghost man? Ghost man? Ghost man! Yes. I got the ghost. You know I love clipping you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is there more ghost? The door is unlocked, but there's a strong energy source holding it shut. It seems to be emanating from somewhere else in this area. Okay. I gotta assume that means we need to find another ghost. Into the library! Wally does stairs. Lock looks angled. Maybe there's another way to open it. Can I, like, blast it with my robot? Guess not. Alright. Did the text say something about why there are ghosts there? I guess it's like the souls of the people who were tortured in this prison or something. I'm guessing. Hey, look, a note. More text. Not seeing much progress. Fuck you. I'm trying. Taking this note will temporarily disable the RC's weapons and save system. Why? Still a prison, so why is Wally there? I guess Wally is how we're taking the pictures for the paranormal to get money or something. June 7th, 1971. Before I was drafted to defend our country in the Great War, I had a promising career as a neurosurgeon, studying out of the University of Pennsylvania. I was only 17 at the time, but was advancing quickly in my field. When the prison learned of my educated background, they requested that I teach 2 classes a week, though I almost denied their request simply because I just wanted to spend my sentence as isolated as possible. I eventually reconsidered and assumed that it may be a good way to pass the time. I asked that I be able to teach the men English literature, my other passion, as I was pretty sure they would have very little need to understand even the basics of neurosurgery. They agreed with this. The prisoners seemed apathetic to 90% of my teachings, and I expected no less, really. On occasion, though, they would surprise me. Jenkins, of course his name is Jenkins. Was he Leroy Jenkins? A broad-framed, slow-witted farmhand from the south of Indiana took a particular interest in one of the poems that he had come across. He asked if he could read it aloud. I was stunned but intrigued. I nodded, and he narrowed his focus on the frames. Hold fast to dreams. The man stuttered for minutes as he pushed through the verses. Fucking moron, one of the inmates uttered. The others started getting restless, and as poor Jenkins struggled to read the words in front of him, without seeming to notice the increasing tension in the room, the man continued slowly. One word in particular seemed to stump him, though. When he got to it, a strained look came over his face, his brow furrowed, and the stuttering intensified. Life is a bear. It started as a small snicker at first, but quickly evolved into hysterical laughter, and I could see the frustration mounting in his eyes, his pupils glossing over in rage. I wrote the word on the chalkboard behind me and tried to help him sound it out. It was no use. His overwhelming frustration seemed to have removed him from the classroom entirely. Baron! You goddamn idiot! Baron! The jackals continued. At that moment, Jenkins snapped. He slammed both fists down on his desk and hurled the textbook at the last man who insulted him. Moments later, a baton came down on Jenkins' right hand with such force that it dented the edge of a metal desk behind it. Most likely in shock, Jenkins lifted a handful of mangled fingers up to his face and stared blankly. His gaze turned over his right shoulder, where Constable Walker stood staring back at him, a rapturous grin inching further up his cheeks. The room sat, mouths agape, watching silently as he brought his left hand over, attempting to realign the contorted fingers of the other. He grasped his index finger, now perpendicular to his palm, and tugged it roughly back into position. A violent crack split the silence of the room. A second later, he released an ear-shattering scream, deafening the drum-struck audience. Walker lifted the baton back swiftly and brought it down with fervent force on the back of Jenkins' skull, silencing him instantly. His large frame slumped lifelessly over his desk. Walker callously grabbed Jenkins and dragged him out of the room. I relinquished my role as teacher after that day. I heard Jenkins survived, and though he never stuttered after that day, he never spoke again either. Aw. Brainless mistake. Hi, it's been a while. How are you doing? We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Today we're screwing around with some indie games that I've been promising to showcase. When are we getting a 24-hour Subway Surfer stream? Never. Probably never. Okay. Come back. Something scary, something scratching here. Would you like to try and move the shell? Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Come back. Scowy sounds. What? Item. I'll take a key.
Okay. So someone around here has a thing for animals. Neat. One of the scientists is telling me he saw a strange hyena marking on the door to the cafeteria. He wasn't sure what it meant at the time, but it's probably a good idea to try that key there.
Okay. I'm going to save the game. I think this will be a good spot. Shit. I think that's a good spot. I almost understood cafeteria and idea. Honestly, same. I wish there was subtitles. Like, I want that as a setting, is subtitles, please. It makes everything better. So, that was Shudder 2. Shudder 2 is a classic 3D survival horror game that combines combat, exploration, puzzles, and photography. Choose between classic static CC cams or switch to the older shoulder cam to navigate your surroundings and upgrade your RC to defend yourself against the ghosts of Kent Island. It's $5 on Steam. Apparently, so this is a sequel to another game that was very similar. That was really neat. I kind of suck at it, but like with a little bit of refinement, it would be really cool. I really, really wish that the game had subtitles when your partner was talking to you. Anyway, I'm gonna